Okay, so we've got a question from F584, 15 marker. Analyse the level of economic efficiency achieved in the short run in a monopolistically competitive market. So we've got the diagram here. Just need to be careful with the labels. So we've got output on this axis, we've got costs, revenues on this axis, and the quantity at this axis. Abnormal profit, better if we highlight it across the graph here, or highlight another 2 points, and then the abnormal profit is going to be PC12 when we come to analyse it. In the short run, despite low barriers to entry and high level of competition, so we've got some features here, some EO1, high level of competition, EO1 as well, from lots of firms in a monopolistic competitive transport market. Abnormal profits can be made as companies differentiate products such as better quality meals from high class chefs on airlines. So we've got an application to the airline market here. What we could have is a reference back to the graph here, especially around the abnormal profits. So P, C, 1, 2 would be relevant to link it to there. This means that monopolistic competitive firms can be price takers, leading to price being, if it's the short run, to an extent they can be price makers under those situations. So if they're setting the price where profit maximising, leading to the price being set at the profit maximising point at P on the graph relative to the cost C on the graph, resulting in an abnormal profit shown on the graph. The price being set at the profit maximising point, we want to say where marginal cost, or at the quantity where marginal cost equals marginal revenue. And again, more reference to the graph around the profits, I think, from that 2 parts there. The question then goes on to say these abnormal profits can lead to retained profits that can be invested to produce better quality goods and develop production techniques that lead to lower production costs in the long run, thus achieving dynamic efficiency. If we're doing that argument, it's a dynamic efficiency argument for achieving allocative efficiency in the long term. Also, monopolistic competition market has many firms due to the low barriers to entry. This means consumers. I think going back to the previous slide talking about the low barriers to entry, I think we need to make a little bit more of the market here. And if we're talking about low barriers to entry into the air market, I think the short haul market being deregulated in the UK and the EU would be an example, a bit of EO2 to apply to that. Also, monopolistic competitive market has many firms due to low barriers to entry. This means consumers have increased choice, which would increase consumer satisfaction and therefore allocative efficiency. Furthermore, as there is high competition in the markets, the firms need to look for methods to cut costs in order to survive, leading to lower, and the next slide said production costs leading to productive efficiency. From the graph that's being drawn though, what we could do is to just the graph itself highlighted the profit being made, but if we're looking at efficiencies, we can also highlight the allocative efficiency point at that point, so at P1 and Q allocative efficiency, and talk about how at the profit maximising point and the profit maximising quantity we've got a loss of allocative efficiency as we are not where marginal cost equals average revenue. So I think that's the key analysis, to use the graph a bit more fully to link it into a loss of allocative efficiency rather than a gain of allocative efficiency. for this analysis.